Hello, I am Bridget Rowe. I am energy, I am powerful, and I am who I say I am. The purpose of this video is to give you some helpful tips. Some helpful tips on how to balance your pH, how to create blood flow, how to clear that stagnated lymphatic system. And this is something that you can do at home outside of my transformation course and outside of my detox blend. I have before me a couple of bullet points on my notebook that I'll be looking at, that because I thought about this late last night and what I would tell you. So I want to make sure that I cover it, and I don't want to have a long drawn out video or go back and be like, oh man, I forgot to tell them this. So listen up, we're going to run through these tips. And these are things that I personally do, and I know that it helped me along my journey. For those of you who do not know me, there was a moment in my life when I suffered with being able to lose weight. I suffered with eyes. I used to wear glasses, vision problems. I had irritable bowel syndrome. I used to be fatigued. I was low in iron, so I was anemic. What else? Just dry skin. That's why I made my bees body butter. Just needing life, just needing minerals, just needing electrolytes, amino acids, and things that I didn't know nothing of because I had a horrible diet. And so it got to a point in my life where it felt hard for me to breathe. I would take showers sometimes, and because I used to like at that time hot showers, it caused stagnated energy with me, and I would pass out because I already had low blood pressure. So those are some of the things that I went through. And so now I feel like now, since I am an author, publisher, inspirational speaker, and I am also a healer and do consultations, I know some things that can heal the body, and I just like to share. I feel like I didn't go through those things just to keep it to myself and just to give it to my immediate family members. I feel like everything that we go through in our journey helps us and puts us in a position to turn around and be able to be a blessing to other people. So that's what I want to do for you today. So the first thing I have on my notebook pad is rebounding. Rebounding to me is a way that you can get blood flow and circulation, just jumping up and down. You got to keep in mind that when we were younger, we went out for recess, we played with our friends outside, basketball, football, cheerleader, or whatever we did. We created energy. We are energy, and so we kept our energy in motion by the activities that we did. But as we get older, we get out of the bed, we go to work. If we sit down at the desk all day, we're just sitting there typing, answering the telephone. We go to lunch, we eat, stagnate our energy a little bit more, go sit back down for a couple of more hours, probably 8 to 10 hours a day. We're sitting down. We go get in a car, we go home, we cook, we eat some more for dinner, we sit down, lay down, and go to bed. There isn't much activity in most people's life, in their adult life, unless they're keeping up with the child that's inside of them and they're more active as an adult too. But for the most of us, it doesn't work like that. So simple ways to get the blood flow and lymphatic system flowing is rebounding, jumping on trampolines, doing jumping jacks as exercise. Exercising is a good one too for blood circulation and blood flow. But a simple trick if you are really overweight, because like when I first started off, I was too tired and too drained to even want to do that. So a simple way would be to clap your hands. We have to remember that we have nerve endings in the palm of our hands and in the soles of our feet. So stomping our feet on the floor really hard and clapping our hands helps to create blood flow, because our heart beats and it helps to circulate the blood inside of us. But oftentimes, if we have high blood pressure and a lot of mucus inside of us and we're mentally drained for lack of minerals and all, it becomes stagnated energy. So whether you have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, you still benefit from circulating and helping the heart beat and helping the blood flow by clapping your hands and stomping your feet. And so that's what I would do in the beginning of my journey. I would clap my hands, stomp my feet, help my heart flow, do some jumping jacks. Even if I didn't have a trampoline, I would just jump up and down in my bedroom before I go to bed every day. That's how I started off, just little steps to get there. I also want to share with you bathing versus showering. Okay, so when we take a bath, especially if you are a woman and you're sitting down in the tub, if it's hot water, first of all, it's not good, because what hot water does, if you're in a tub with hot water, what it does is it opens up your pores and it let all of that toxicity that's in the water get inside of your skin. So we have the toxic form of fluoride, we have the toxic form of chloride and the bromide in our water, and pharmaceutical drugs in our water if you don't have a water filter. So keep in mind that is getting inside of you. And so if you're a woman, that is getting inside of your vagina as well, right? And so it is better actually to take a bath than it is a shower, because a shower, you're standing up there where your pores open up, it's really hot and it's just coming on you full force, those toxic things that's in the water. And so it's coming on you full force, and you actually are inhaling it also, because the steam that's coming from the shower is going inside of your lungs as well, right? So it's, in comparison to the two, it's better to take a bath than a shower, but is in comparison to the temperature of that water, it is better to have lukewarm water or cold water. Because see, with hot water, whether it is a shower or a bath, you are opening up your pores. And so think about it this way: when you have a greasy pan, if you're trying to wash a greasy pan in the kitchen, you'll get your detergent and you'll make sure the water is really, really hot in order to strip the oil and strip the dirt off of that particular pan. Well, your skin is no different. So if you have hot water and you have soap, you are stripping your body of all the oils. This is how you create dry skin. You're actually drying your skin out. You've opened up your pores to all this toxicity in the water. You're drying your skin out. And not only that, you are creating dis-ease and disharmony in yourself, because you are stagnating your blood flow. See, hot water makes your blood flow really, really slow. And this is why I used to pass out during that moment in my life, because I already had low blood pressure. And so the hot water was just relaxing me, relaxing my blood, relaxing my lymphatic system, and just creating this very low frequency in me until I was just depleted. So people say, oh, I feel so relaxed after I take a shower or a bath that's really warm. And that is why. That is very bad for us. You know, we shouldn't be doing that. Now let me tell you the flip version of that. So when you do cold water, whether it is a shower or a bath, you are closing your pores. And so you won't be drying your skin out as much. And so when we shiver from the cold, the reason why we're getting those chill bumps and we're shivering is because automatically our blood, our lymphatic system, our blood is flowing, and that is really beneficial for us. That'll help with stagnated energy for women around their breasts from wearing those bra all day, and even around the breast because of the toxic antiperspirants that some women wear with the aluminum. That'll get things flowing, that'll help those lymphatic systems begin to move. And even for men, those lymph nodes actually to move. And even for men, what it would do with them is increase testosterone, you know, with the cold water, the cold showers, or the cold bath. Now, if you can't tolerate it being at cold throughout the whole time where you're taking a bath or shower, just try at least lukewarm water, and then at the tail end of the shower, you can put it, maybe the last 30 seconds, you can put it on cold and just allow the cold water to just quicken you, and it'll wake you up, it'll give you energy, it'll get your lymphatic system flowing and your lymph nodes flowing. So I wanted to tell you about that. So now I want to do the comparison with while you're in the tub, how you can create a better environment for the woman since she's sitting in the tub in that toxic water. So what I do when I'm taking a bath, if you don't have a filter that's filtering out these chemicals that's inside of the water, you don't want to be sitting in that water allowing it to get inside of the vagina, because we got to keep in mind that that is an opening, right? So if we're sitting in it, whether we're in the swimming pool or if we're in the tub, we have to realize that those things are going inside of us. So what I would do is use vinegar in the water, vinegar and pink Himalaya sea salt in the water. This is something grandma used to do a long time ago, and there's so many benefits of putting a cup of vinegar in the water. And taking a bath is beneficial too, because now you let all that toxicity, actually after you run your water, it is settling, it's not coming on your head in full force the tap water like it would in a shower. So if you're sitting in the you run the water, you allow the water to set for a little bit, then you pour your cup of vinegar in it, and you get in the tub and sit in the tub for maybe between 15 to 30 minutes with that cup of vinegar and maybe about 3 tablespoons of pink Himalaya sea salt, which has minerals. The combination of these two things will draw out toxicity in your body. If you have aches, if you have mucus, if you have mold, a lot of times we have mold build up inside of us from this GMO corn, this cheese, these dairy products that we've been consuming for umpteen years. They get inside of us and it becomes stagnated energy. We haven't did anything with it for a long time, so it becomes mold build up inside of us. A lot of people are suffering from mold build up more than anything. So right now in this world, being vegan is really sometimes not enough for people, because see, they have that old sludge that they have to get rid of out of their body first, because it's still growing, it's still festing inside of them. So it's sometimes they'll have still cravings and they'll still be hard, to adjust, and they still got to do a lot more work, a lot more eating clean for a long time to get those things out of them. They have to take a lot of antifungals, and that's why I created my Sustain Detox and my Alchemist oil to help people that are in that area of their life. This type of bath would help people with blood flow and help them with that mold, that fungus buildup. They would need to lay back down in the standard tub, just lay back down and allow the water to be up to the neck and just relax in the tub. This is good for people with psoriasis and eczema and big belly, protruding bellies, because inside of those bellies that's a lot of yeast and mold and fungus overgrowth, and vinegar kills those things. So it shouldn't be any type of vinegar, not the kind that's at the dollar store. I am not talking about apple cider vinegar, because I am not a fan of apple cider vinegar. I am talking about white vinegar. I am talking about organic white vinegar, and this is one of the brands that I would use from a health food store. And make sure it has a label that it is organic, because you got to keep in mind with the vinegar, some of these vinegars, if the cheap version of the vinegars, are made from the GMO corn. And so you want to get the organic version of it, because you don't want Roundup growing in you. We're trying to defeat that purpose. And so those cheap ones at the dollar store and at your local maybe grocery store, that's maybe $2 for a big gallon. And it doesn't say that it's organic. Those are the ones I'm saying do not touch. I did not tell you to touch that. I'm talking about the ones that are organic. It might be about $5 instead of your $2 or the $1 one, but hey, you putting this inside of you because it's penetrating through you. Your skin is an organ, so your skin is in the tub, and so what you put on you goes in you. So this vinegar is being penetrated in you, but you need this. You need this inside of you, because this benefits you in so many ways. The pH balance of your skin is actually more on the aesthetic range. It even benefits you from dipping your head in it. When it's time for me to wash my hair, I'll lay down in the tub to wet it first in that particular tub water, since I already have my sea salt in it. I already have the vinegar inside of it. So it helped my scalp, the scalp of my head, and with dandruff or the pH balance of it as well, because our skin is on that slightly acidic range. That's why we have to make sure that when you get in shampoos and conditioners, that is pH balanced, so that you won't be too alkaline, because a lot of the soaps that we bathe with are more on the alkaline range than acidic. And so we have to balance our skin as well. Everything is about a perfect balance. Okay, so I told you about that. And this particular bath actually helps, that sea salt and that vinegar. It also helps with the soles of the feet. You know how some people be having those crusty heels in the toe? So the water will become really, really softened, by this sea salt and this vinegar. It softens the water so much. And so the vagina also is on the acidic range. The vagina needs to be acidic in order to kill bacteria. So this is a perfect bath for a female to have, in order for some of that vinegar to get inside of her, to kill that yeast, that fungus, that mold that may be from umpteen infections ago that probably didn't clear all the way, because you want to have your uterus always clean, as a woman, especially if you are planning to have more children, or even just for cleanliness for yourself, So organic only, 1 cup of the vinegar, And I did tell you 3 tablespoons of the pink Himalaya sea salt. Okay, moving right along. This draws out toxins and mold buildup inside of you. This is a really relaxing bath. And even, okay, for people that have like kidney issues, you know, that high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, this will help with that uric acid and that lactic acid build up in the body, and you will begin to feel like at ease after you take this type of bath. You know, just in lukewarm water, you'll feel at ease, and then it'll help you purge from that, and it'll be expelled out of you via the bowel and through your urine as well, because it'll be cleansing the kidney. So it'll come in the toxicity build up in that, the uric acid there will be coming out of you. You know, the calcium build up, this is what all of that is inside of us, you know, when you have the kidney stones, for example, and this will loosen all of that up and get your kidneys filtered. It'll help with the lymphatic flow and the high blood pressure too, because that's just thick, tacky, toxic blood. So we are really detoxifying our body with this type of bath. So I believe that that's something at home that'll really be beneficial to you. So if you must shower, I would just say that you would use the lukewarm water, like I said earlier, and make it cold in the last 30 seconds. Some people only just have a shower. And okay, and the next thing that I want to tell you is about the key limes. There are key limes that you could use that'll go inside of you. This is something that you're putting on your skin. You know, when you take in the bath, this is something externally you put on your skin. And your skin is drinking it up and then allowing your body to be detoxed through the skin. But if you want to go within, like something that you can drink, I would say, and this is another thing that I mentioned in my transformation course, one of the tips that I mentioned there is to have some key lime, some lime water drinks, because that's why people will go and they'll have the lemon water. But I don't believe in the lemon. I choose lime instead, the potent one, the one that would transform into alkalinic ash after it is dissolved. You know, after it's digested inside of you, it'll balance your body back to the alkaline range. You know, it's acidic when you drink it, but then it'll convert it into an alkaline balance within you, and you want to stay on more of the alkaline balance overall as a balance in your body. So I say key limes, and make sure that they are seeded, and you could put key limes are really, really small limes. I wish I would have grabbed them there in the kitchen, but they're really small limes, and they have a seed inside of them, the green limes. And so I will use maybe about 3 of those first thing in the morning in a glass of water, and they really help to detox the body from within. They'll do the same thing with the blood flow. They'll clean that lymphatic system. They'll clean those kidneys and filter you out. A lot of times, you know, when you have buildup of that uric and lactic acid, that's pretty much what you can use to clear that out. And so if you don't have the time to do that, this is another thing that I'll do sometimes. Like I said, I don't like the apple cider vinegar, but I do love this here coconut vinegar. This here is coconut vinegar. I believe it's from the sap of the coconut itself. It should say it on here, but I don't see it. But anyway, just make sure that this particular one is U.S. organic and non-GMO, and this is at 5% acidity. Yeah, it does say it. It's organic coconut tree sap, naturally aged for 8 months to 1 year. Yeah, it's from the tree sap itself. So I like this one. It's a good taste, and it is really beneficial for those with high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, in lieu of that apple cider vinegar. I'm just not a fan of it, but hey, to each his own. I feel as though if you make your apple cider vinegar yourself, yeah, but I just, it's just something about those that's out there that I really don't particularly care for. Anyway, so that will convert the body to a more alkaline range and cleanse the kidneys internally, balancing the pH, decreasing the uric acid. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was running my mouth and didn't realize that the video had stopped a long time ago. I thought the video was done, but hey. Anyway, before I go, I'm about to wrap this up because I don't want this to be a long video. I want to get to these key points and be done. I don't really care for making long videos. So, the next item on my list here is this vinegar. Before I move on, this vinegar can also be used for, like right before when you're about to get in the shower or the bath, you take the bottle, tilt it over, have some on your palm of your hand, put your palm of your hands together and wipe underneath your armpits. And I say that because it can detox you, especially if you're on a journey from moving from antiperspirants to deodorants. You know, antiperspirants work to clog up your pores, keep all of your toxins in, and they make it with aluminum. So you put in aluminum underneath your armpit, which helps, well, not helps, will causes bad things to happen around the breast, you know, the breast cancer issues, the toxicity. You are not a pig. You should not be clogging up your armpits. You know, you have a large amount of lymph nodes that are housed underneath those armpits. So even if you do, that's your journey, do what you want to do with your energy. But even if you do wear the antiperspirant, that'll be a perfect thing for you to do to detox, you know, in the shower, in the tub. And after you put it on your armpit, just allow yourself to get submerged in the water that already has the vinegar in it also. And you just sit there and allow those toxins to come out and release that stagnated energy. Okay, so I talk about pH levels here. I talk about acidic limes and all. But I want you to understand, well, because some people feel like, okay, well, why is she telling me to eat a lime, which is acidic, and she want my body to be alkaline? So some people don't get it. I want to break that down. So basically, certain parts in the body is supposed to be acidic. You know, it's all about balance. So there's some parts that's supposed to be alkaline, some acidic, but overall, when I say alkaline, I am talking about the blood. The overall blood, the balance of the blood, slightly over 7, which is like maybe 7.4, 7.5. It's a slightly alkaline range of a pH of a good flowing balance of blood within you, right? So like the saliva is more on the alkaline range. The blood, men's semen, is more in the alkaline range. But like I was talking about earlier, the vagina, inside of the vagina, it needs to stay acidic. You know, what else is acidic? The skin, you know, the pH of the skin. In the stomach, you know, inside of the stomach, it has to stay acidic as well, because it has to be that fire within, that hydrochloric acid within. It has to be so acidic that it can break down your food, you know. So acidic that it'll kill bacteria and mold. And a lot of times people lose that acidic range in their stomach, and so they have mold build up, they have toxicity build up in their gut, and they'll call this acid reflux, and then they'll have that burning sensation and belching and maybe bad breath or whatever, all because there's this big lump of mold. And they say they feel like something is stuck there. It is something stuck there. It's an old burger or old whatever just stuck there in the stomach because they lack hydrochloric acid, because the stomach is supposed to be acidic. So when I talk about the limes, what the beautiful thing about the limes is that they are acidic when you put them inside of you, in your mouth. Yeah, they're acidic and they're cleaning things up. But once it goes into the stomach, it is converted. It's converted because it has clean house for you, and it becomes an alkaline substance. It leaves over like an alkaline ash or residue behind it, and so it keeps your body in good balance. So this is why I say go to something acidic in order to make your overall blood or balance in your body more on the alkaline range. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, and so this is equivalent to balancing a swimming pool. I often use that as an example. Okay, so I know for a fact I have seen green pools, you know, green slimy pools. I've seen dirty pools before. You take that water to the pool store and the pool man will tell you that the water is alkaline. And this is why I'm so against people just drinking alkaline water and never consuming anything acidic, because it's all about a balance. You can drink all the alkaline water you want, but you still could have, like a swimming pool, mold build up, you know, bacteria overgrowth all on the wall. They have green slime in the pool, and that could be equivalent to how it is in the inside of your body. Just drinking alkaline water is not going to do that. You need something like the vinegar, you need something like the limes, you need something like an antifungal to actually kill the parasites and kill the fungus or the yeast overgrowth inside of you. So your water or your could be sparkling clean. Your blood is your water in lieu of the swimming pool. Your blood can be flowing and clean and pure. Okay, And I think that's about it. Yep, that's it. That's all that I have on my notes that I wanted to share with you. You know, a lot of times in our journey, we'll go outside of ourselves and we'll look for big, expensive ways, man-made ways, technical ways, and to heal ourselves when Mother Nature left us everything that we need, you know, for the healing of the nations, you know. And it reminds me of the biblical text that says, I will take the foolish things to confound the wise. And there you have it. This is something really simple, something that probably already be inside of your cabinet, something that's not really expensive at all, that really can help you heal your body. And I just wanted to share that with you all. And as always, be blessed. There's great love here for you.